One race in, and Cole Cabrey sits atop the early SARA Pierce Fleet Service Super Series standings, but all that can change and more tonight at this East Carolina Mixing Bowl, Southern National Motorsports Park. Welcome to Pit Stop TV in the virtual Lucama, North Carolina. My name is Andrew Cardinale IV with, unfortunately, no Zach Murtis alongside this evening, who couldn't make it this week. It's a pleasure to join you as always for coverage of the Sim Auto Racing Association Pierce Fleet Service Super Series, and this time for the Jason K. Miller Memorial. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by Pierce Fleet Service, by All Pro Late Model Tour, and by all series partners. Qualifying's wrapped up, cars are on track for warm-up, and we're about to go racing here at the virtual Southern National Motorsports Park. A look from high above, you can hear the engines roaring down below as the iRacing.com sim comes to life here on your screen. Let's take a look at the track map though. It is a straight-up oval with two pit lanes, one on the front, one on the back, and this is about as short track ever gets. This is a perfect short track for this early in the season. I love this place. A lot of racers love this place. Southern National Motorsports Park holds a very near place in a lot of racers' hearts, and I'm glad we're able to go racing here this evening. I mentioned those point standings. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into this evening. Cole Cabrey on top, Josh Cottle just 3 back, Ryan Kuhn 8 back, Trevor Edwards, Steele Langford complete your top 5, and this is a wide look at all top 24 drivers after just one race of this season, one race of 11. Now you don't see Alex McCollum on here. He had a DNF last time out at USA International Speedway. He's going to have to come from the rear in the standings this season if he wants to defend his championship. And he's going to try and defend his championship with a pole position qualifying run this evening, fastest in time trials, but he's going to get inverted to about the 8th position or so, depending on what the invert is this evening. 5th to 8th, I believe, is what the invert could be. So, regardless, he's going to have to fight from some kind of track position that is not what he would have qualified at, and he's got to fight from the back end of the standings as well. It's just not even on this picture. So, big problems there for Alex McCollum, but he's, of course, the best to do it right now in a late model on iRacing. We'll see how this evening goes for him. A look at the series schedule this season. Next up, we don't know where we're going. Mystery Race number 1 coming at you on December 19th. We still don't know where the heck we're going. That race will be brought to you by Patriot Media Marketing Service, but this event brought to you by All Pro Late Model Tour. Going to be a lot of fun. 173 laps here this evening for race number 2. Then 3 mystery races coming at you. 1, 2, 3 through December and the beginning of January. We know we're going to Slinger in January on January 16th. We know we're going to Oxford on January 30th. We know we're going to New Smyrna on February 6th. And we know we're going to Lanier on February 27th. But everything else is up in the air. Warm-up is wrapping up here in about 10 more seconds. We'll take a brief look at the practice times on the left side of your screen. Alex McCollum on top, Cole Cabrey second place, Jacob Harbert's third. That's about how they qualified as well. All 3 towards the top of the standings in qualifying, towards the top of the standings in warm-up. All 3 cars. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this evening. That does it for warm-up. You see the cars disappear as they all get hauled back into the infield and get rolled out virtually onto the front stretch and ready to go racing this evening for 173 laps. The invert, it looks like, is 7 tonight. Kyle Terzak is going to assume the pole. Casey Kelly will start from 2nd. Ryan Kuhn will start from 3rd. Josh Cottle from 4th. Cole Cabrey, Jacob Harberts will start from the 5th and 6th positions. And 7th, you'll find Alex McCollum. After qualifying fastest, he's going to have to start from 7th place on the grid. Starting 8th, we'll find Cody Kelly, a South Boston winner in the 1/8 Racing Media National Tour. This race, this racetrack not too far from South Boston geographically, but couldn't be further as far as the actual track setup, even though they're both 4/10 of a mile. Starting 9th and 10th, Keith Jeffrey, Spencer Dickinson round out your top 10 this evening. Back to 11th, it's Daniel Folds. 12th, Parker Traves. 13th and 14th, you'll find none other than Kyle Meyer and Ben Nile. Starting 15th, it'll be Steele Langford. 16th is Matt Rolfe. 17th and 18th, Aaron Johnson and Brian Tedeschi. And starting 19th and 20th, it'll be Justin Laxton and Grant Brown. The back 10 of the field, from 21st down through 30th, Joel Smith, Aaron Abendroth. Blake Thronberg, Eric Tracy, Cameron Hamilton in 25th, Devin Rogers in 26th, John Allett in 27th, then Kyle Souza in 28th, and finally Trevor Edwards and Blake Massengill by provisional will start 29th and 30th. Kyle Turzak leading us around, ready to get this race started. It's a 173 lap race, no change sets, cautions do count, 2 green-white checkers if needed, open setup, no fast fixes. That's a quick rundown of your Whiplash SimCam's race details. It's an exciting one for sure. The Jason K. Miller Memorial here at Southern National Motorsports Park, a staple on any SARA calendar. Gonna be fun for sure. An extra pace lap or two as these guys get set and get ready to go racing. 173 laps here is a long time if you look at it at just a big number. But when you consider how quickly these laps will wind down and click off, so long as we get some green flag racing, I think it should go by in a hurry. There's the field. I think the iRacing.com pace car should be peeling off this time by. And here we go. Out of the restart zone, we are green in the Jason K. Miller Memorial. Turzak way free out of turn number 4, lap number 1. He hangs on to the race lead though, and down the backstretch he goes. Still leading this race, but not by much. Ryan Kuhn sits right there, right behind him in position number 2. First side-by-side, McCullum already up to 4th. He goes by Casey Kelly, Turzak out to the outside wall. Casey Kelly headed backwards in a hurry. He's already back to Jacob Harberts, who runs 5th. And is going to try to slot in line there ahead of Josh Cottle. We'll see if Cottle lets him in, and he's going to have to. Casey Kelly finds a place in line. Further back, Spencer Dickinson's hung up on the outside lane. Unable to get down in line. He stays on the outside here with Keith Jeffrey. As Turzak goes fastest that lap. He's clearly got some pace in that 15 car, but how long can he hang on over the series best? There you see a look through the entire field as they race by through turns 1 and 2. They clean and orderly run so far to click off a few laps. We're on to lap number 8 of 173. It feels like the race just started. On board with Ryan Kuhn here, who's just settling into this run. Lap number 10 now of 173. It is a long ways for these guys to go, but as I said, these laps will click off in a hurry. They have so far, and these guys, I think, have been talked to pretty well by Matt Rolfe and company, just talked into settling into a run, getting this race in. You've got to get to the end if you want to fight for a win. You've got to get through the motions and get down to the nitty-gritty, and that's what these guys are doing so far. We're going to knock on wood for it. Blinking, though, for second place, Ryan Kuhn with some trouble. And we'll see how much of a fuss Cole Cabry makes about that. I mean, in my years of racing on iRacing, I never wanted a blinking car around me. Sometimes I've been the blinking car. But that's frustrating, to have a car blinking in front of you. You're trying to settle into a run, try to hit your marks, and you've got a car blinking in your windshield. You don't want that. Not only is that distracting, not only is that dangerous to your race, you'd like that position. If you're Cole Cabry here, you're going to be hollering maybe for that 72 car to have to pull off and let these guys go by. At the same time, Ryan Kuhn doesn't want to give up his run so far. He's already doing a real fantastic job. Second place for Ryan Kuhn. But there you go, blinking again. That's stuff you can't have. Even Kyle Terzak, who's ahead of Ryan Kuhn, is going to want that 72 car, I think, to go away, just because that blinking can be dangerous even to Terzak. If Ryan sticks his nose up underneath the 15 car or gets around the 15 car, of course, that could be dangerous. And I don't know if it's just the main weather that's getting Ryan Kuhn this evening, the cold weather. Maybe some wind, who knows. Some battling deep in the field, though. Grant Brown, Trevor Edwards. We've kind of floated around the top of the field all night long so far. I say all night long, all 20 laps to get this race started. But this is Grant Brown in the 14 car, letting Trevor Edwards go by. Edwards started 29th. Grant Brown, on the other hand, started 20th. So he's going in the wrong direction as Edwards goes forward. Alex McCullum, new team this season, racing for himself over Alex McCullum race cars. No longer with the shop, a new effort for this number 1 car, changing things up. I like it, it's worked out so far. He won at 5 Flags in the Fall Brawl. I think this might be the way to go for Alex McCullum. I mean, we love the shop here at Pit Stop TV, but I gotta be honest, Alex is just too good right now. And, whoa, as he gets into Cole Cavery a little bit. Alex is just, he's got something figured out in these late models. I don't know what it is, but Aaron Abendroth about to go 1 lap down the 65 car. A straggler at this point has fallen off the pace. Something amiss for the 65. Don't know if maybe his setup is a little bit tweaked in the wrong way, or maybe he burned off the tires, who knows. But here we go for 3rd place. Behind the lap car that's about to get passed. McCullum to the inside of Cavery. And McCullum's going to waste absolutely no time. You see the right front of that car is scraped up from some contact. He's going to waste 0 time. He wants to go by. He wants to lead all the laps he possibly can, but he will back out there. I think he saw the lap car of Abendroth ahead and decided to let this be for now. Still early on. Abendroth gets lapped. Unfortunate start to the race for Abendroth. Already down to 30th spot and getting passed up in a hurry by these guys. One of the few drivers off the West Coast. Josh Cottle going to go by. Going to bring Cody Kelly. Both the Kellys looking good so far. Casey Kelly in 6th, Cody Kelly in 8th. So they're looking good inside the top 8. Keith Jeffrey sits back in 9th, Daniel Folds in 10th, and then Spencer Dickinson rides in the 11th spot right now. But for how much longer, as Parker Traves goes to the inside of that 6 car? Dickinson going to get clear of the 60 now of Traves, but stays on the top side of the racetrack, working the outside lane through 3 and 4 there. A little deeper in the field, Trevor Edwards, Joel Smith. Edwards continues to climb through the field. He's now into 18th spot, working on 17th place Joel Smith. And Joel's going to let him have it for now, so that's a quick position gained for Ryan Kuhn, or not Ryan Kuhn, Trevor Edwards. Sorry about that. Sorry to both of them, but the cars look nothing alike. I'm not sure how I got that one confused. Oh, some squirrely business happening here. Ben Nile, Blake Thronberg, Matt Rolfe, Blake Massengill. They work down the front stretch. They're most of a lap down to the leaders. The leaders in the background of the frame. Thronberg goes high, lets this whole gaggle go by. And Nile then is going to get away. Rolfe then sits into the 22nd spot. And Massengill hangs on the outside of Rolf. Grant Brown sits right behind these guys. Of course, we saw him get passed up by Trevor Edwards earlier. He was struggling a little bit, was down about the 23rd spot. Now he's at the 25th. So Grant Brown struggling a lot so far tonight here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Got to turn things around on this long run, and you know, these guys will sit back and save maybe during the early portion of the run and then want to push later. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe he's saving his stuff, although maybe not, as he gets into the wall and gets jacked up into turn 3. This could be our first caution. No yellow yet. Tracy goes by. Here comes Devin Rogers. No caution for the 14 car, and that was a moment for sure. Nearly gets the wall again. The leaders are right behind these guys. There's the 14, the 25 and company. And right behind there is Kyle Terzak and Ryan Kuhn. So the road is about to get very bumpy for our race leaders. John Owlett will be the first car they try to lap here. Owlett in the 8. Having an off night as we've got a battle for third place that has sparked up and has been completed in a hurry. Alex McCullum goes by Cole Cabry. How did that happen? Just like that, Cabry gives the inside lane there to the number 1 car, and pass is complete. This is scary though. You see the lap traffic ahead. This is a really tricky spot to be in. They go by Devin Rogers. Now they work on John Owlett. They being our race leaders, Kyle Terzak and Ryan Kuhn. Nearly 50 laps complete now. Grant Brown, the next car ahead for the 2 leaders. And what a stand-up job by the 15 car. Kyle Terzak has led every lap so far this evening. We don't always expect him to be one of these drivers up here leading these races, but track position and a solid setup underneath that 15 car are working so far. And you see the RKM logo, so Ryan Kuhn's cutting him some slack maybe. 2 RKM cars out front. Ryan certainly doesn't want to spoil that, but at some point would love to go by for his own win. Eric Tracy, the next car ahead for the leaders now. Jacob Harbert's moving forward. He's up into 5th spot now. I think he was in 5th spot. I think that's actually Cody Kelly moving forward more than anything. Kelly was 8th. He's now 6th. Spencer Dickinson also starting to come to life as this race goes on. Up into the 9th position. Matt Rolfe, Ben Nile, they were side by side for a moment. They sort that out. Blake Massengill right ahead of these 2. Oh, that was scary. Kyle Souza, Blake Thronberg down into turn 3. You see the damage on Souza's car. That's who got into the back end of the 14 of Grant Brown, I believe. So a smashed in nose on that number 7. Not what he wanted. Cabry goes right back by McCullum. And McCullum's headed the wrong direction. Did he burn his stuff up? Does he not have long run speed? See McCullum get the wall there. Got the wall again off of turn 4. Cabry pokes his nose to the inside, gets a run off of turn number 2, and McCullum relinquishes that position at a turn 3. So very similar to how McCullum took the spot away. McCullum loses the spot, gives it up there to Cole Cabry. Now falls back to Jacob Harberts and company. Harberts in 5th over Cody Kelly in 6th. Josh Cottle in 7th. These guys all racing for position through the lap cars. Next lap car ahead is going to be Eric Tracy in that 67 machine. Up ahead, you're not missing much of the race lead. We go on board here with Ryan Kuhn chasing down Kyle Turzak. Not much happening. These guys riding around right now. This is an odd situation. I say odd. There have not been many races where Ryan Kuhn and company have been able to show their muscle. It's been a lot of adversity for RKM and that group. But so far tonight, track position working out for them. Of course, Kyle Turzak not gifted, but inverted to the race lead, basically, the pole position, and has held on to this track position as the race has gone on. Kuhn's sitting in the 2nd spot now. Where did he start? Well, 3rd, so he gained 1 position. Stayed right behind the 15 of Turzak on the start of the race and used that to his advantage. Cody Kelly, Jacob Harberts side by side. Harberts slots in line, gives that spot up to Cody Kelly, I think realizing the 75 is moving forward. Kelly won that big race at South Boston in a late model stock car. We haven't seen the same strength out of him on super late models. But in a super late model this evening, showing some strength, showing some muscle, up to 5th place. Working now on one of the best, if not the best at the moment. I'm going to keep saying it, Alex McCullum. He's just an absolute animal in these cars. But he's showing tonight he's human. 4th place. Would need a restart, I think, to gain more track position. Right now, kind of settling in and dealing with what he's got. And giving up this spot. Wow. So McCullum falls back into 5th. Kelly goes on by for 4th. So Sparkus side by side with Harberts and Cottle. Cottle on the inside, making the move here. Going to bring Casey Kelly along with. So Harberts, as soon as he was looking good, looking a little less good now. On board, Casey Kelly. Josh Cottle goes by, and that's going to be good for the 6th position. You watch this here from Casey Kelly's perspective. Casey dives down to the inside of Harberts, looks there. Harberts stays on the outside of Cottle. I love this driver's eye perspective we have at Pit Stop TV. We use it a lot, and you see why. This is such a good perspective to just watch along, watch the hands, and see what it's like inside these race cars. Sure, the TV cameras are great, but I'd watch a whole broadcast, I think, on just the driver's eye camera throughout the field. It's such a good camera. Casey Kelly to the inside of Jacob Harberts now. That'll bring Spencer Dickinson along with. And hey, look at this. Didn't notice this. In all of the onboard action, we missed Cole Cabry going by Ryan Kuhn for 2nd spot and starting to pursue that 15 now of Kyle Turzak. Let's go back and see if we can find where that happened. So on board with Cole Cabry. Right here, just gets his nose to the inside of Kuhn. Ryan, I think, realizing the situation, realizing the 54 car is fast, and doesn't put up a huge fight, lets him go there through 1 and 2, falls back in line. Smart racing. Cabry, though, right on the back bumper now of Kyle Terzak. Coming up on halfway, lap 86.5 will be halfway through this race. And Cabry is on the back bumper of Terzak for the race lead. Last night, in the SimRap Market Series, we saw a pass around halfway. That came from none other than Adam Benefiel, going by Zach Millett. Benefiel would go on to win the race. Now you look at this battle right at halfway. Terzak getting the wall, slipping up. He's dominated so far, but coming under pressure now. It feels a lot like Zach Millett last night, who came under pressure, buckled a little bit, and buckled at just the right time for Benefiel to take advantage. This feels like a very similar situation where Terzak might be buckling under that pressure, and Cabry may be able to come through and steal the win. Still some fight left in him. That's halfway right there. Going to be a struggle to go by Kyle Souza. It looks like that 7 car has held on to the lead lap now. There has been very little movement made from the leaders through this field in the last 20 laps or so. They have just not gone anywhere. Terzak has stalled out behind the 7 of Souza, not able to pass. I want to give a shout out to series partners. Of course, All Pro Late Model Tour, the presenting partner of this evening's race. Cody Williams Design, Corey Bodie Motorsports, Pro Sim Shots, Davis Chassis Works, DriverTees.com, Dylan Bates Racing, Fast AF Designs, Hyde's Pride Leather and Sheepskin, International Short Track Association, Matthews Designs, as well as 1-8 Racing Media, Patriot Marketing Services, Headley's Garage Incorporated, Pierce Fleet Service, Race1Wraps.com, and here's a move for the race lead. You're watching it on your screen. Cole Cabry to the inside of Kyle Terzak, that stalls out. Terzak shuts the door. A shout out to RJ Williams Management, RS Center Trucking, SARA Next Gen Templates, SimRepMarket.com, Toxic Media Solutions, and Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes. Here we go for the race lead. Cody Kelly just passed Ryan Kuhn for 3rd. He's not too far back. And our leaders stay side by side, lockstep formation. Cabry on the inside, gets a little loose. This is a lot of pressure for young Kyle Terzak. He's having to earn this race, that's for sure. Some lap traffic ahead. We're going to get a really good lap traffic. You're talking about lapping Ben Nile or Joel Smith or Blake Massengill. That's some good company to be in. One car to the inside. Joel Smith pulls off. That was Thronberg, I think, trying to pit. I'm not sure. He's slow. Lap 100 here. Could this bring out a caution flag? Gonna get back in line, I think. Trying to anyways. Joel Smith parks it early. He's done. Not sure what happened to the 24 car. And Thronberg here will get passed up by Kyle Turzak in just a moment. And there we go. Thronberg to the outside. So he's got some problems going on in that 22 car. Not sure what's going on for him. This is an onboard. Let's look back at how this happened. He was on his own at the time of all of this happening, it looks like. He's literally on his own right now behind Ryan Kuhn, already a lap down. Got free through 1 and 2. Wow, and that holds up McCullum. That was scary. That could have been a crash. That could have been a caution. Could have taken this long green flag run and turned it into something completely different. Kyle Souza, Ben Nile, they fight here for the 22nd spot on the racetrack. You're not missing much up front. They are still in line. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 is Kyle Turzak, Cole Cabry, Cody Kelly, and Ryan Kuhn. Cabry still working over the 15 car of Kyle Turzak, not sure where to go. The top of the racetrack seems to be opening up. Do you try to make a move on the outside? There's rubber there on the outside. There's a lot of rubber in the second groove. There's a lot of marbles, though, in the third groove. So do you actually try to go high and get lost in the loose stuff, or do you stay to your guns down low? So far, he stays down low. Here we go. Cabry back to the inside there briefly. Now looks outside, gonna have a run. Here we go. Turzak under fire. Cabry dives to the inside, slides up a little bit. Here's some contact that time on the back straightaway. Cabry gets in deep, leads on the 15 car. Lap 116, this battle for the race lead's coming to life. Cabry deep again. Keeps leaning on Turzak. Wants the race lead. Wants to go back-to-back from USA to Southern National. Turzak gets free. That might be the slip-up he needed. 3 into 1. And I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin right there. Cabry deep. Turzak on his door. Kyle Turzak not relenting. Wants to keep this race lead, but officially there, Cole Cabry leads the lap. Cody Kelly right behind. He wants to try and go by. He'll fire to the inside of the 15 car. And Turzak officially has been cleared. Change for the race lead. Cole Cabry out front. Kyle Turzak now falling back. Cody Kelly looking for second place. It's a good setup, it's just missing maybe a little bit of something. A small little bit of something, don't know what. It's a nice run here, it gets back to the inside of Cody Kelly. We'll keep this a fight. But Terzak is not out of this by any means. But on a long run, it comes down to the driver and managing tires. It seems like the RKM pair out front is just a little bit off with tire management. A little battle deep in the field. I say deep in the field. Trevor Edwards has raced from 29th to the top 10 nearly. He is 12th, now 11th, working on Daniel Folds. There's Folds in the 09 car getting passed up. Steele Linkford, Aaron Johnson, they fight just for 15th spot on the racetrack. Johnson on the inside, Linkford on the outside, Parker Traves there as well. And the field has stayed relatively well together. If we go to one of these top blimp cams and look at the field, it's like a conveyor belt around the racetrack. Everybody is just packed together. There's really nowhere to go. There's really no open spots. There is a side-by-side. That's Linkford on the inside of Parker Traves. Aaron Abendroth there on the 65 car going a lap down. Well, a second lap down. He's hauling back a little bit. Might go a third lap down, unfortunately. His day has been a little bit rough. There's the race leaders as they go by Blake Massengill. I want to give a shout out here under this long green flag run to our partners with Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Simcams. Oh, I just jinxed it. Long green flag run, and there's a caution. Devin Rogers is turned around on the outside of turn 3. For the first time tonight, there's a caution. Was racing with Daniel Folds. Folds was a lap down, or no, well, Folds is a lap down, I believe, right? No, he's in the lap, he's 12th. Rogers is a lap down in that 25 car. And right here, they both smack the wall. Rogers first, Folds second, and Folds going by just smacks into the back end of Devin Rogers and turns him around. Devin Rogers out of Ohio. So under this caution, the pit lane opens up, of course, and Blake Thronberg will come on in, so he'll take service, and he's not alone. Here comes the 8 car, it looks like, of John Owlett to the pit lane, or is he just going to the rear? I think he's going to the rear. Kronberg will exit and head back out. Here we go, iRacing.com. Pace car lights have been shut back off. It's going to be Cole Cabry, Cody Kelly, Kyle Terzak, Ryan Kuhn, and Josh Cottle, your top 5. Spencer Dickinson 6th, then Alex McCullum. Green flag, back in the air. Side by side for second. Terzak on the inside, then Cody Kelly on the outside. Cottle and Kuhn do battle. McCullum and Dickinson. Casey Kelly gets down to the bottom side. He's all alone. Cody Kelly clear for second. Kyle Terzak slots in line. Oh, in the wall hard with a 72 and a 6. That's Kuhn and Dickinson both. Caution. Uh-oh. Keith Jeffrey, Aaron Johnson. On board with Aaron Johnson here in the 78 car. Aaron Johnson trailing behind Keith Jeffrey. Jeffrey moves down in that Cadillac and just a little bit of contact. And this is what you'll have, of course. You have a long green flag run where these guys get spread out early and just run their race. And then eventually a caution comes out and you bunch these guys back together. And really by no fault of their own, they're just close. They're able to make contact a lot more easily. They're all racing for position. I wouldn't say that was even Aaron Johnson's fault. That was just a little bit of contact between the two cars, and unfortunately, they both end up wadded up on the inside of the racetrack. Jeffrey's car looks okay. Johnson's definitely a little bit worse for wear. But what a clean race to this point. I mean, 2 cautions now in 150 laps here at Southern National Motorsports Park is a huge feat, and the entire series should be very proud right now. Even if this rest of the race were to be all cautions, I mean, what a race so far. See, it looks like choosing down the backstretch there, coming to the 1 to green. You see where everybody's going to line up. Briefly, let's take a look at what's upcoming here at Pit Stop TV. Next up, it's next week. Kansas Speedway on December 10th, a Tuesday, for the BRB Butt Kicker Cup Series. Then the next day, we'll go racing at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the SimRap Market Series. Tuesday, December 17th, we go racing at Bristol for the BRB Butt Kicker Cup Series, and we'll talk more about all of that later on, because the green flag is back in the air here at Southern National. Down the backstretch, lap 152. Terzak to the inside, coming up on 20 to go. This is 21 right here. Cody Kelly slams the door. Josh Cottle around the outside of Ryan Kuhn. Caution. A couple of cars wadded up in the back. Matt Rolfe, one of them. This car actually looks okay. Might have been a quick spin. Parker Traves got real free there out of turn 4. Goes down to the inside, got sideways again, and Rolfe tried to check up. Laxton ran him over, and Traves does a spin. Look at it here from the blimp. And a look on board with Parker Traves. The driver out of Canada having some trouble here. Just one car has visited pit lane so far tonight. That was Blake Thronberg some number of laps ago, 19 laps ago now. A look again here at what's upcoming at Pit Stop TV. Next up, we go to Kansas Speedway for the BRB Butt Kicker Cup Series. You see Kansas, New Hampshire, Bristol. A couple of shorter tracks. New Hampshire, not really a short track, but not really an intermediate. Bristol certainly is a short track. And all of this can be caught on all of our social media platforms. Coming up on 10 laps to go. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. A big launch. Terzak gets way free. Spinning. Crash. Laxton, Edwards, and more. There were 2 incidents here off the start. We'll take a look at one with Trevor Edwards and Cameron Hamilton. Hamilton just ran over Trevor Edwards. Laxton ran him over, then Jeffrey. Everybody stacked up. Kyle Meyer was in it. Everybody piled in. You see it again. But then there was another incident on the restart, and this was a little bit further back. Around the Ben Nile, Blake Thronberg area. Don't know who was involved yet. We'll find out. Oh, it was Ben Nile. Wow. Massive impact there. That's his day done. When you're on the bottom of the racetrack, down by the inside wall, and your front bumper is on the outside wall, that's a problem. That's a really big hit. Look at the bumper. Go fling into the outside wall. That's a really big hit. Well, we're about to go back racing as Ben Nile is out of the race now. Joel Smith, the only other car out. And here we go. It'll be 9 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Cole Cabry, Cody Kelly, that's the front row. Green flag back in the air. Cody Kelly with his best restart yet. Can he get to the outside and stay on the outside? He's still there on the outside of Cole Cabry, trying to fight for the race lead. He's cleared. So nothing to do with Cole Cabry. He's going to get away from these guys, it looks like, but Josh Cottle will fight for second place. A solid day for Cottle. He's been very, very quiet and methodical and worked his way through this field. Now up into second, nosing ahead of Cody Kelly. Alex McCollum has come back to life when it matters most. He's up into fourth, looking for third. We thought he was out of this thing. He was down to about the 7th spot. As low as 9th, actually. Laps winding down, that's 5 to go. One spinning, it's Keith Jeffrey. And caution is out. Watch this here from Keith Jeffrey. Kyle Turzak was way free on the outside, but that had nothing to do with it. Jeffrey just got loose. Turzak, meanwhile, racing with Casey Kelly, got sent into turn 1. Look back at that. Kuhn got to the inside of this race's pole sitter, and Kelly, I think, just was having none of that move to get in line. Sent Turzak around. Turzak falls down into 11th spot. All of those laps led, nothing to show for it now. We'll also take this race now to overtime. Overtime rules, bottom right of your screen. Very simple. We'll have 2 laps, a green lap and a white lap, then checkers will end it. If the green lap is complete, or completed, the race will be official. If the green lap is not completed, we'll restart again up to 2 times, so we'll have an extra shot at it if we need it. And of course, after all attempts are used, a caution can end the race if that caution comes out during the green lap. Once we get to the white flag, it is the point of no return. The white flag means the race will end no matter what. At that point, the gloves come off. Here we go. Cole Cabry, Josh Cottle, Alex McCullum. Last season, they all would have been teammates. Now McCullum the outsider. Cody Kelly, Ryan Kuhn, Casey Kelly. Green flag, back in the air. Here we go at Southern National. It's a big restart out of Cole Cabry. He gets away. White flag in the air right here. White flag, 1 lap to go. Brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. McCullum fighting for second on the inside of Josh Cottle. He's going to have it. He noses ahead. But through turns 3 and 4, Cole Cabry goes back-to-back to open up the SARA Super Series. What a dominating win out of Cole Cabry. The only way it could have been more dominant was if Kyle Turzak went to victory lane after all the laps he led. This is the next best, I feel like. Was very quiet early in the race and just slowly, methodically held on to third, then second, then first. He deserves this celebration. Cole Cabry, race winner here at Southern National Motorsports Park in the Jason K. Miller Memorial. We'll go back and take a look at your unofficial race results. Unofficially, Cole Cabrey, the race winner. I think that's going to stand. I don't see anything wrong, personally, but you never know. Alex McCullum able to get second place. Josh Cottle, Cody Kelly, Ryan Kuhn, your top 5. Casey Kelly, Jacob Harbert, Steele Langford through 8th place. Then Kyle Turzak able to recover on that restart from about the 11th spot up to 9th. Spencer Dickinson hangs on to a top 10. 11th through 20th looks like this. Trevor Edwards, Daniel Folds, Aaron Johnson, Brian Tedeschi, Blake Massagill, a top 15. Tedeschi, a very quiet return to consistency for Tedeschi. It was a rough day at USA, I recall that much from a few weeks ago. So it's good to see Tedeschi have a good day. Parker Traves slid back to 16th. Kyle Meyer 17th with some damage along with Kyle Souza. Eric Tracy bumps up to the 19th spot. Justin Laxton 20th. '21st through 30th, you'll find here Grant Brown, John Owlett, both 1 lap down. Blake Thronberg there in 23rd. Aaron Abendroth in 24th. Matt Rolfe in 25th. 3 laps down for Rolfe and for Keith Jeffrey at 26th spot. Then Devin Rogers, Cameron Hamilton, Ben Nile, and Joel Smith complete your field. Some early exits there at the bottom of the graphic. Mostly everybody hung around for all 176 ended up being. Well, let's grab Cole Cabrey, a winner now for the 2nd time in a row to open up this season. It was a struggle just to find victory lane a season ago. Now you open up the season with 2 straight wins, USA and Southern National. How does that feel?
It's so sick. You know, even though, like I said, it's just iRacing, we all put in a lot of time to be fast and to finally put in victory lane twice this season already. And, you know, the first 2 races is something special, and I have to give it up to Josh, Trevor, the whole guy, everyone at the shop. You know, we put in a lot of time, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely, it is, quote, just iRacing, but it is just like any other sport. It's competitive, and it takes a lot of effort to stay competitive, to be competitive, and to win at this level, especially in this level of short track racing on the iRacing.com sim. So what is that preparation like? What is that effort like as a team?
It's a lot. You know, we test a couple of nights throughout the week. You know, we all have real life obligations, so it gets hard sometimes. So, you know, to make sure our stuff's up to par, you know, it's a lot of testing, and, you know, I give the guys at the shop a lot of crap, and they put up with me. So I appreciate them, and I'm just stoked, you know, to get a good points lead and, you know, at the beginning of the season, and, you know, get some bonus points under my belt. I'm sure these guys will get better through the rest. So we just got to, you know, keep ticking off these top 3s and hopefully more wins.
As a team, what's the next step to get one of the other cars to victory lane?
I feel like it's just in the coming. You know, Josh has been 2nd, 3rd the last 2 races too. Trevor's been quick. He just, you know, gets in some bad incidents. But, you know, as long as one of us is winning, and it's just great for the shop. You know, it's good for team points, and we look forward to the next one.
There you go, Cole Cabrey, race winner this evening. Congratulations, Cole.
Thank you.
Cole Cabrey wins the Jason K. Miller Memorial. Say that 5 times fast. Over Alex McCullum and Josh Cottle. Alex McCullum goes P2, and this is a return to the Alex McCullum form that we're used to for sure, Alex. This is a lot better than a couple of weeks ago at USA, but it was not without some trials and tribulations. You started 7th after being fastest in qualifying and practice, and you had to fight your way forward. You sunk back a little while. Was that all part of the game?
No, it's I was praying for yellows in the beginning. I just had way too much nose cut. It just kept building more free the longer we went. So definitely needed those yellows in the beginning. I think we would have been a lot better. I was not expecting for it to go green that long, so I kind of adjusted too wrong for that. So I'll know for next time.
You know for next time. Well, lesson learned then. But how do you get back through the field of points and get up to fighting with Cole Cabrey for this championship?
There's one goal. I'm going to try and win every race. I'm going to use these 2. Even though I got 2nd, I want to use these 2 as a drop. I want to go out and lead the most laps, win the race, get the poles. I just want to dominate the rest of the season. I want to make a statement.
You mentioned the drop, and that's a good reminder to everybody, is that even though you had that terrible, awful, no good day at USA a couple of weeks ago, that will be dropped, I'd imagine, anyways, for a better result later on this season. Is there a strategic way that you can use those drops to better yourself?
I'm just gonna try and race how I normally do. I mean, I didn't put as much time I wanted to this week. Not making an excuse. It's just there's a lot going on. I just need to be better and keep up with track more. But I think going forward, I want to put more work into it because rough season so far. National tour, we were really good, and then good momentum tonight. But I need to be better, so I want to make a statement whenever race we go into now.
There you go, and Alex McCullum very much wants to go to victory lane every time he can, and he's always a threat to do so. Alex, good to talk to you once again, and best of luck next time out.
Thank you.
Alex is always a threat for victory lane, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did win every race from here on out, but that will take a lot of effort for car number 1. Meanwhile, for car 13, he restarted second that final restart. Josh, what happened? Could you do anything different?
Oh no, man, the top was just kind of, it started to go away after all the cautions. I think we had like 4 or 3 cautions there at the end, and just the top kind of, you can feel it starting to fade away. I feel like the only chance I had is if I had a better restart, and I definitely would have cleared them. I just been able to hang on, but man, it was just a great night for us. We had a really great piece. It took me a while to get up there, but finally found my way at the end.
And of course, it's great to have a teammate go to victory lane. That's awesome. That's fun. That's great. But what's it going to take to get the 13 car back to victory lane here in the Super Series?
Better positioning, that's for sure. I feel like these last 2 weeks, I just put myself in the worst positions possible. And I need to work on that for sure, because I feel like I have, you know, me and Cole are very similar in pace. You know, he has his better points, and then I have mine, but he's an incredible driver. So I feel like a lot of this season is going to be between me, him, and Alex, and Brian, obviously, all those guys. So I'm excited, but, you know, I don't know what I could do better. Like I said, just positioning, and, you know, the sets are on big, so we just pretty happy with it, though.
Fair enough. Josh Cottle, third place this evening, looking to go a couple of spots better next time out. Hopefully we're talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank you for the broadcast, man. I'm ready to watch this race back. I mean, the whole multi-group thing was the coolest thing I've ever raced. I thought the Winter Derby pitting under green flag was cool. This was awesome. I want to thank Matt for the league. Obviously, this was an incredible race for us, and I'm sure everybody else enjoyed it, just the multi-group. Of course, thank you to the shop for the amazing setups. Rockets, High Race Wraps / Fast AF Designs, Moe's Detailing, and Cottle Chassis.
Definitely a good day here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Congratulations, Josh, on the P3. We'll move you back down, and we'll talk about, well, we've gone through race results. We've gone through our top 3 now at the end. What's left to talk about? Well, the season as a whole. Next up, we don't know where we're racing yet. We won't know until we go racing there. These drivers are going to be kept in the dark, and that is a good thing for competition. We're not doing that once, twice, thrice, or even, I don't know what would be next, thrice, 4 times. Anyways, we're not doing that 1, 2, 3, or 4 times. We're doing that 5 times this season. So from here on out, it is majority mystery races. And that's not going to change until much later in the season, sometime in 2025, because we've got 3 mystery races to go through. It's going to be a wild next few weeks here in the SARA Super Series. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. There's going to be a lot of fun to tackle these 3 mystery races coming up, and then 4th and 5th mystery races later on in January and February. This is going to be a wild, wild stretch here for the SARA Super Series. Unprecedented, I think, adding 5 of these mystery races, but boy, is it going to be fun. That'll do it for us this evening from Southern National. Let's take a look at our partners and thank all of our partners with the series. All Pro Late Model Tour, the presenting partner of the Williams Design. It's getting tongue-tied here. Crow Sim Shots, Davis Chassis Works, DriverTees.com. Dylan Bates Racing, Fast AF Designs, Hides Pride Leather and Sheepskin, International Short Track Association, Matthews Designs, 1-8 Coffee Company, 1-8 Racing Media, Patriot Media and Marketing Services, Headley's Garage Incorporated, Pierce Fleet Service, Race1Wraps.com, RJ Williams Management, RS Center Trucking, SARA Next Gen Templates, SimWrapMarket.com, Toxic Media Solutions, and Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes. A thank you as well to the partners here at Pitstop TV, Whiplash Simcams, ATVO, CC's Business, and Cody Williams Design. That'll do it for us this evening from Southern National Motorsports Park. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure as always. Hopefully Zach is back with us in a couple of weeks at wherever we're going for that mystery race. Going to be a lot of fun when we get there. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you in the next one.